You know, we have seen the last 8 years, पिछले 8 साल, when we had Obama as the president of the United States of America, he never showed his birth certificate. And in his book, Audacity of Hope, just think for a minute. The title of the book is called The Audacity of Hope. He made controversial statements as to whose side he would take in the event push came to shove. Let me just say, it wasn't the side of America or the West. Let's put it that way. Ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate humility and victory. I give you Indira Gandhi. In 14 days, you guys, it was over. 14 दिन. The war was over. India won the war against terror.
A couple of years later, India had to face the enormous problem of a mass exodus of refugees from East Pakistan. A war ensued, and Bangladesh was born.
Well, surely that the massacre there stops, the rape stops, the burning of villages stops.
Can it not be fairly put to you that you're contributing in a way to the exodus of the refugees by your support for the Pakistan guerrillas? Now, mustn't you, in effect, face the question of having to reduce your support for the guerrilla armies operating in East Pakistan?
Does that mean we allow a massacre to continue? What happened first? How many people were killed according to your correspondence of British newspapers, of American newspapers, of French newspapers, Canadian newspapers, Arabian newspapers? The massacre began long before there was a single guerrilla.
But as a contribution to quietening the situation, as I say.
No, what does quietening mean? Does it mean that we support the genocide? And do you think it can be stopped? Do you think people are going to sit aside and watch their women raped in front of them and say that, no, we are going to quieten the situation? That's not quietness. That is the worst possible type of war, is the worst possible type of violence.
But how then, without something done to control the guerrilla activity in return for greater discipline by the Pakistan army, can you secure these first steps?
When Hitler was on the rampage, why didn't you say, let's keep quiet and let's have peace in Germany and let the Jews die, or let Belgium die, let France die? Would you say that was quiet?
But how do you propose to bring about these first steps to control the exodus?
It's not for us to. This would never have happened if the world community had woken up to the fact when we first drew their attention. हमने यहाँ भारत में भी 3 वादे किए थे अपनी जनता से. पहले ये कि जो शरणार्थी यहाँ आए हैं वो सब वापस जाएंगे. दूसरा ये कि हम हर तरह से मुक्ति वाहिनी की सहायता करेंगे, बांग्लादेश के लोगों की मदद करेंगे. और तीसरे कि शेख साहब को हम जरूर छुड़वाएंगे जेल से. हमने भी अपने तीनों वादे पूरे किए हैं.
All the world admires a deed well done, and I think with all modesty we can say that we have done this action well. But let us not forget that the road ahead is still long and very steep, and we have many peaks to scale. Let us hope that we can do this with the same spirit in which we have faced this challenge, and that we will go ahead from peak to peak, raising our nation to new heights of quality and of excellence. I thank you once again.
And welcome back to the program. In his book, The Audacity of Hope, Obama made certain comments that are dissected and shoved down the throats of the people to be incorrect. And here is the exact quote. I want you to get the book. It's probably free at the library. Get the book, read it, and you make the judgment call. The actual quote, okay, from The Audacity of Hope, page 261. जाके book लेके ਇਹ line ਇਹ verse ਨੂੰ ਪੜੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ. 261. And here I quote, "Of course, not all my conversations in immigrant communities follow this easy pattern. In the wake of 9/11, my meetings with Arab and Pakistani Americans, for example, have a more urgent quality. For the stories of detentions and FBI questioning and hard stares from neighbors have shaken their sense of security and belonging. They have been reminded that the history of immigration in this country has a dark underbelly. They need specific assurances that their citizenship really means something, that America has learned the right lessons from the Japanese internments during World War II, and that I will stand with them should the political winds shift in an ugly direction." End quote. I will stand with them should the political winds shift in an ugly direction? Really? Whose president are you? Really? You can try to hide under the guise of what he meant or what he did not mean. Tusi socho, pad ke dasso, and call me. You have my number, 559-800-8840. Call me anytime. I want to hear what you think. The bottom line, you guys, the bottom line is he is talking only of the Arabs and the Pakistanis. And mind you, he visited Pakistan as a student. And no one yet knows what he was doing there in the first place. Not even the FBI or the CIA. Makes you kind of wonder, don't it? Be right back. This portion of the program is brought to you by Royal Crown Realty for all of your real estate needs. Give me a call, 559-800-8840. And visit my website, www.royalcrownrealty.us. Oh my goodness, you guys, my time is up. So मैं थानू कल नू मिलूंगी. Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, Ao Jao, Khuda Hafiz, and Shalom. See you guys next time. Again, if you want to get a hold of me, 559-800-8840. And don't forget to watch television, you guys. 31.4 and 31.8. Apni own Indian television. 24 ਘੰਟੇ ਦਿਨ ਲਈ 7 ਦਿਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਹੀ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ. So again, local television programming, call me for advertising or even to watch it and find out how. 559-800-8840. Bye, guys.